this is the status of campus at the moment. Looking good. It's a bit empty, but good. Oh, it's Sunday, so there we go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is your host Fardad, and good to see you guys again. It's been a while, and I wanted to congratulate the new med ones who just started their studies. Good. I hope you enjoyed your first week. And so I wanted to share a bit of hindsight kind of feeling and thoughts on this block that you're doing, block A, with a few caveats here and there. That the block A is typically changes from year to year. So from for my year, it had already changed from the previous year, and for last year, the current med-2s, it had already changed from my year. So take this with a bit of a a grain of salt, if you will. But also this year things are a little bit different because of the pandemic situation. Things are online, though that shouldn't really affect the content as much, because in block A you don't typically you shouldn't have much lab experience or whatnot. You would have some small groups, so I'm guessing they're doing that online now, which is fine. But again, it's you don't have much anatomy lab or any anatomy lab or histology lab or things of that kind. So that aspect of your block A should not be affected. So why am I recording this then? Because it's you just started medicine, and this is also for future med ones as well, and everyone is super excited about starting medicine. They want to be on the top of their game, as they should. If they want to feel that way, that's completely up to you. Different personalities, different thinking. So it is. I thought that way as well. Most of my classmates, I'm sure they thought that way as well. And what is important to know is to find, if you already haven't, to find the type of personality that you have. If you like to be involved in a lot of things, then sure. If you like to be you have to be constantly doing things, then sure, by all means, sign up to different clubs, sign up to different research projects, sign up to as many things as you want, if that is your type of personality. The funny thing is, we get staff who talk to us from time to time in different events, and this is the type of advice they also give us as well. You cannot go wrong or right one way or the other. You have to do you just have to be who you are. If you get stressed very often, if you're overwhelmed with a lot of things, then maybe being involved in too many things is not the right thing for you, right? But if you thrive on that kind of thing, maybe it is for you, right? So possibly one of the best advice in med school that I've ever got from anyone was this staff. So she took a few moments before she started her lecture, and she said, so this is a bit too early for you, but I think it applies to anything, especially in medicine anyway. So what she said was, don't go for what excites you right now, because the excitement after 2-3 years is going to wear off. Go for the type of personality that you have. So if you, for example, if you're the type of person that needs to know everything in advance, to have, well, maybe not too much in advance, but to have everything to go through things systematically with a lot of information, then maybe something like internal medicine is the right fit. But if you are someone who has a short attention span and needs the environment to change every couple of minutes, maybe emergency is the right thing for you. So now that's a little bit maybe too advanced for Med 1 to decide right now, but the essence is the same. I think it's one of the best advice I've ever received, and I think it's true. My limited experience so far, I think that is very true. So my advice for you guys on the Hindsight is take a bit of time, because Block A is not truly representative. Well, Block A at McGill is not, and I think most of other schools start with a similar curriculum as well, so is not really representative of the medical school curriculum. So it does have a lot of public health and global health topics. Now, if that's your jam, you're going to enjoy that. If that's not your jam, then you have to go through it, but and it will come back in different shapes or forms, but not as heavy as it is in Block A. So in my year, they had integrated some basic sciences, very limited amount though, into the year as well, and a bit of introduction to neoplasm as well. We had that, which seemed a little bit, so it was changing a little bit during my year. The year after, I heard it was also a bit different, and so they do take the feedback of students into account, so they do change the curriculum from year to year. So the reason I'm saying that is you understand that for your year it might be already a little bit different, but I would say if you want to sign up to too many things, clubs, different things, whatnot, maybe take it a little bit slow at this stage, because Block A is not representative of the workload you're gonna have in your future blocks. So Block B is a good representative, and it will start soon enough, so you will have to know. I know it's a little bit difficult, because some of the clubs and things you can get involved with, the deadline to sign up to them is before the end of your Block A, but you know what, there are always a lot of opportunities in medicine to get involved in things. In fact, I will make another video, because some people ask me about how to come across opportunities such as research or whatnot in medical school. So I'm going to make another video on that. So keep that in mind. You're not going for a sprint. It's going to be a long 4 years before your further education during residency and whatnot. So it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and that FOMO, fear of missing out, try to fight it a little bit during Block A, I would say, because of different factors. You need to adjust to the actual curriculum in medicine, which Block A is not a representative of. You want to know your classmates a little bit more, to know who you want to work with, whatnot, because personalities in medicine tend to be a little bit stronger, if you will, or tend to be, well, I suppose it goes for anywhere, but particularly in medicine seems to be a little bit strong, and so you want to know who you get along with, who you want to cooperate with, because you don't want to do a job that is not well done if it's, you're not that. A lot of people tend to be perfectionists, so it will bother you if you sign up to a lot of things and you cannot deliver as you normally would like to, so or normally would. So it's not, again, don't get overwhelmed right at the beginning. Take a deep breath. You have a lot of time to get involved in many different things. Don't feel pressurized, or don't feel pressure because your peers sign up to a lot of things. You're not falling behind, not in Block A anyway. So that's something I wish I knew at the time. So again, Block A is not really representative of the curriculum in medicine, so take it slow. Enjoy Block A. It's a very nice transition from if you've been out of school for a while, getting back to school. So it's a good transition. It's not very heavy on the science part, at least, so that's good. It's also a good kind of, quote-unquote chill block, because then you get to know your classmates and whatnot. So it gives you the opportunity to forge friendships and get to know people a bit more before you begin more, heavier stuff in block B. So that's it really. How to study for block A, and future blocks I will make corresponding videos on those, but for block A, how to study, to be honest with you, is completely up to you. So for me, for example, and I'm not particularly for or against, the contents in block A is a lot of policies and guidelines and a lot of different things. To me, a lot of them are common sense. So if that's hard for you, then yes, you may want to study. But if that's easy for you, you may not, you may wish to spend more time on like neoplasm, if that's still in the curriculum, and other more science kind of bits that they may have introduced since my year. Now, how to study, again, up to you. In fact, block A is great, because then you get to test different methods, what's right for you, whatnot. Me personally, I never study for an exam. I don't believe in any kind of exam, to be honest, being a representative of what I or anybody else knows. So you have to test knowledge and skill somehow, but to be perfectly honest, exams are they the best way? I'm not an education expert, but in my humble opinion, I don't believe they are. But nonetheless, I personally never study for an exam per se. I'd rather learn the material for the longer term, not just for an hour or 2-3 hour period and then forget everything. So that cramming is not really my thing. Have I done it? Yes. Do I do it? Yes. In medicine, soon enough, probably not in block A, but in the rest of the blocks, you will learn that you cannot possibly remember all the details at this, in one attempt. It's just impossible. There's just too much. There is too much. That's why a lot of medical schools, including McGill, obviously has a very you have a lot of iterations. So you kind of come back to the same material or similar material, related material. So you will learn things in time, which is great. So that's my thoughts on how to study for exams, if you will. I will have more tips, maybe more block-specific tips for the rest of the blocks, especially the blocks that have anatomy, starting from block B. In fact, I believe I am doing TA again for anatomy, starting in block B. I love anatomy, so it's good. Though this year is going to be a little bit different online and also somewhat in person somehow, and so I'll get to that when I make a video for block B. But so yeah, for exams, I would say for the guidelines and the policies and those things, don't worry too much. There are a few things you definitely want to know, at least for McGill. The Ottawa Charter is definitely one of the things you want to know. The screening also, primary, secondary, tertiary, all of that, you also want to, the preventions and all of that, you want to know as well. But these are just general things, and the reason I'm mentioning these specifically is because they will keep coming back. They keep coming back up for different tests and different exams and different things. And to be honest, they are good to know, some of them. So in the longer term, I say some of them because depending on the field you go into. But so anyway, so yeah, so if you have specific questions, feel free to ask me or ask maybe current med 2s, because for me it's been 2 years, about more specific questions. But from what I can tell you is don't worry too much about the guidelines as long as you understand the basics of them. That's good. Also, for the basic science, for the science and neoplasm and all the other science parts, I would say learn them and learn them well, because I know they're in your block A, but they are absolutely fundamental. They will keep coming back up throughout your curriculum. In FMD and even after in TCP, even after, like, they are absolutely fundamental to medicine. You cannot really understand a lot of the things you will learn later on without having a very good solid foundation of those things. So learn, I know they may sound a little bit, depending on your background, they may sound a little bit like, what is this word, what is that? But spend the time. If you need to Google, YouTube, whatever, do that, because they are absolutely important in understanding the rest of your curriculum later on. So that's all I have to say for block A. Enjoy. It's a very chill block for the most part. Get to know your classmates as much as you can. We had some group projects we had to do. I'm not sure how it works out this year. I'm sure you still have to do them, but that's a good opportunity to make friends and get to know other people and their their way of working, because you will have more group projects coming up later on, so you may want to explore around that. And what else would I want to say is enjoy. I don't know if it's going to happen or not this year given the situation, but there might be a party after block A. And traditionally there used to be a big party after block A, not just for McGill, but also for all medical schools in Quebec. So that was very good. I hope it happens for you as well. It's very nice to get to meet other medical students in Quebec as well. The party was by FMEQ. Now, if that doesn't happen, hopefully they will find a replacement for it, or maybe they do it in a different shape or format. But so what I can tell you is look forward to, if you're not, if you want to, you're waiting for where is the medicine, because in block A I was confused. I was like, what am I learning? So if you want, so just wait a little bit. You're gonna get pleasantly surprised in block B with the content, which completely shifts from block A to real hardcore medicine from the get-go. So enjoy and make friends, get to know your classmates, and I will make more videos on different things. If you have any questions at all, if you want me to cover any topic that you want to know more about, for example, research, how to get involved is something that some people ask me, so I will do that. But if there's anything you want to know, ask me. I'm making this video now for block A because now I have I guess the hindsight. So I finished FMD quite a few months ago, and TCP as well now. So I can tell you what I think is important, what is not, and hopefully soon enough you will realize this. There are some things, maybe not in block A so much, but in the rest of the blocks you will realize this, and I personally think this is extremely important. You know, that idea of of being street smart and just being smart, whatnot. In medicine, in my humble opinion, there is also such thing, and that is you soon will be able to differentiate what's clinically important, what's clinically pertinent to you and to your patients, and what is not. So some things it's good to know, it's good to learn and to hear about. They are important, maybe not in the field that you may want to work in, but some things are, and you don't want to miss those things. So soon enough you will learn that, maybe not so much in block A, but in the rest of the blocks you will. And it's a very important skill to differentiate what's clinically important, what is not, what is possibly important but not clinically as well. So some things you absolutely don't want to miss, even if you're not in that particular specialty. You will get to know these as time passes. So enjoy. Today is a sunny day, which is nice. Yesterday was raining a lot, so the weather seems a little bit different this year. So I wasn't involved in Frosh this year. I was last year, but this year was a little bit different. It was mostly online, from what I heard. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed your Frosh. If you know why I'm smirking, you know why. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed your Frosh, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys in person as well. Some of you I will for block B, for your thorax anatomy, and hopefully later on as well, and some in other events. But if you guys want to grab a coffee, keeping the distance, whatnot these days, but if you just want to chat, whatnot, just feel free to reach out. I remember being in Med 1, having just started, and I didn't really know anyone in Med 1, not closely anyway. So it's a different environment, especially this year. I'm sure it's harder for you guys because you don't even get to meet each other in person, probably. But seriously, if you want to just go and grab a coffee and you just want to talk, you want to chat, whatnot, feel free. Honestly, feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure most of my classmates, upper years, and even Med 2s now, they would tell you the same thing. And seriously, it's not easy. It's not an easy transition, especially to Med 1, but we are all here to support each other, and if I can help even in the smallest possible way, which probably is just talking, and probably I can't do much, but even if I can, I would. If not, if talking is enough, I'm more than happy to do that as well. So feel free to reach out, and looking forward to speaking with you guys online or in person as well. And thanks for checking the channel, and if you have any questions of any kind, even if you're not a McGill student, obviously goes without saying, reach out. More than happy to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed so far, do so on YouTube, and also on Facebook as well. You can go and like the page on Facebook as well. I appreciate that, and see you guys soon.